a huge number of programs to teach language to children with autism. The dominant model has been what's called ABA, Applied Behavioral Analysis.
Yes.
And that's the one that gets funded. That's the one that claims great success. In fact, their teaching of language is very restricted and often actually works against the child rather than helps the child, which is a hard thing to believe, because these are very well-intentioned people who are trying their best. But they're really, so I'll give you some examples.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. What the easiest thing to get a child with autism to say, if you're teaching spoken language, are nouns. So there are endless what is this questions, what is that questions. And there is a huge amount of effort on naming object, size, shape, color, number. You know, what color is this? What show me the big one, that kind of thing.
Right, descriptors. That's
right. But the thing is that nouns are only a very small aspect of language. For example, to have a real understanding of language, the key thing in the start of language, you must have a verb system.
Yes.
And the ABA does not do well with teaching a verb system. And then it was interesting. We had one parent who gave us quite a big donation to develop a different part of ASD reading, because of one thing I said to him. And he said, I said to him, does your daughter know the past tense? And he said, no, she had been through 4 or 5 years of ABA training. And I said, has she ever been taught the past tense? He said, no. And I said, if you don't know the past tense, there's no way you could possibly read with meaning, because practically everything that's written is about the past tense.
Exactly.
And so that just illustrates a huge gap that has existed in the teaching of language in most programs for children with autism, because people don't think in terms of syntax. And if you think in terms of syntax, you realize that we have a noun-verb system, and the verb system in our language is what conveys time, future, and present and past. And it gives you a tremendous entry into the world of the non-present, which is what you want when you're talking about language. And so in not teaching this, they've neglected a huge area that is vital to effective language use and to understanding other people. So that, for example, if someone's talking about, which you readily do, if you're sort of saying, Joey went to the store because we didn't have any milk, and there's no Joey there, and you don't understand how they could be talking about the non-present, the language just seems insane. It's like nonsense.
Right. Yes.
So you have to know what you want to teach.